all of we was in, right? Over here, this would be me. I was in the front of the air pocket, right? This over here will be KAZIM Jr. This here was Yusuf Henry. This here was Blacks, and here was Faizi. Right? All of we was here. I made my way from here through the water, me and Faizi, and came into this air pocket. From this air pocket, I was a little way in front of Faizi, and then I went enter the next waterway that bring me straight up to the riser. Somewhere over here is where I left Faizi, right? And came up to the top of the riser. I was in the air pocket, we were praying, we were asking God for a miracle. We was dragging each other. I was dragging small cars with my foot. Yusuf was pushing small cars. Blacks were lying down here. Faizi were help pushing Yusuf. And we were making our way along. And every time we stop and rest, we stop and say and pray, asking God to deliver us, asking God to save us, calling on to Jesus to help you out of the situation. After reaching this point here, where the water was nearly full to the pipe, we had to make a decision. I had to leave and come back because we wasn't unable to carry the next tree through this water. Faizi and I were able to move well enough with the tanks we find. I found one tank, Faizi found one also. We was able to move well enough to get back, to get through this water. Alright? And we made the decision, and everybody agreed that we would go first and come back for help. I promise each and every one of them that I'll be back for them. If I can't come back, I'll send help. You know? And when I make that dash and we came up here, Faizi take a rest at this air pocket, and I went straight up and told them all of them was living. Everybody was living. And PARIA made a conscious decision to murder my friends. To murder my friends by telling the Coast Guard or by whoever authority, letting the Coast Guard know that there's not allowed no more divers inside that pipe to rescue these men. I was damaged. I was damaged and was able to swim out this pipeline. So why a good diver who hasn't any damage couldn't go in and rescue these people with a line, with some tanks, with a air hose, or whatever means necessary of getting these men out? Why PARIA has the decision or has the authority to make that decision to kill people? This, in my eye, is murder. Because the same way I come out, the same way all my friends could have been outside there living today if they didn't make that decision to murder my friends and restrict divers from coming in and attempting rescue. Them in the air pocket. Every one of them breathing, talking, praying, alive. Yes, there was damage. Yes, they had some injuries, but each and every one of them was alive. Now I had to bury all my friends. Each and every one of them had to be buried. Their wives, their mothers, their children, all of them was robbed. PARIA robbed them from their loved ones because of making a stupid decision like they made. And then on top of it, having the Coast Guard enforce it. Coast Guard, Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, who's supposed to protect and serve us, who's supposed to come to rescue us, enforce a decision of leaving these men to die. My brother told me that when they reach on when PARIA, Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard reach on the site, they had no equipment to even start a dive rescue operation. They asked for equipment borrow. My brother went for equipment, and by the time the equipment reached back and told, look, we have the equipment here to lend you, it's because they're saying that they don't need it anymore. They come to a decision that nobody is to go back in the line. That decision was murder, first degree murder in my eyes. And I am sure in the eyes of all of the family members it is first degree murder. And possibly in the eyes of the all at TNT that was murder. The people who made this decision, if it's one or more, should be held accountable. Should be tried and be charged criminal charges against them. Should be put towards them. It hurts me to know that I promised these fellas, even while I coming out the pipeline, we were here knocking, the divers were here knocking, hearing men living in there and calling and begging. All by the next boat, number 5 boat, people were here knocking. Yeah, I promised these guys I was coming back for them. When I saw Faizy's sons and Rolly Ramata, I guess trying to know that these fellas was saved, because I know them is experienced, competent divers. To know I put my hand on a block to see why them fellas coming out. Them fellas never come out. Why? Why? Because I know for a fact the divers that had, they would have take them out. And I swear if I was the Coast Guard would have to shoot me. Because they insist they forcefully remove me from on the side too. I was there pleading and they tell me no, you're in shock. I tell them let me go back for them. If nobody wants to go for them, let me go for them. As damaged and as sick as I was at the time. And they say, Chris, you in shock, you can't go back in the door, remember, we had them. We're gonna get them. I was expecting to see my brothers in the hospital in the ambulance next to me. I'm still waiting to see my brothers. We didn't even get to open the caskets. Yeah, we had to see pictures. We had to see wooden box up to today. What kind of closure that was for the family?